There's one right there. That feels good. There's one.
Wow. It's a net full.
There we go.
Good one. Real good one.
Look at that beast.
Beautiful.
We got it. Wow, that's a big one, dude.
That's what it's all about, man.
Nice job, you two.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience. Lake Ray Roberts is only a little over an hour drive from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, making it a popular fishing destination for many Texas residents. Both Ben Hicks and Kenny Guthrie are busy guides on the lake and rarely get a chance to fish without clients in their boat. After white bass have finished spawning in May, they start aggressively feeding on the shad congregating on shallow points. White bass are a voracious fish with near cast after cast of fish catching action. It's definitely fun fishing and hard to leave. But Ben and Kenny also sample the excellent crappie fishing on the lake's many brush piles, finding yet another great bite that rounds out a day of fishing on Lake Ray Roberts.
Hey, good morning everyone. My name is Ben Hicks and I'm a guide with You Catch 'em Guide Service. Today I'm fishing with my good friend Kenny Guthrie, otherwise known as Mr. Kenny G. And we're fishing out of the Lund's new model, the 1975 Renegade. Kenny, what are we fishing for? Where are we at today?
We're going to be fishing for white bass and we're going to be fishing for crappie. And we're excited about trying out this new boat. And we look forward to catching a bunch of fish today.
All right, so we're heading out to Lake Ray Roberts. And we had this cold front come in last night, thunderstorms, and it rained for a couple hours. So we'll see what this wind's going to be doing. I know it's out of the north right now, about 10 to 15. I think we're going to miss storms for the rest of the day. We're going to go out, fish for white bass, crappie. We're going to start with white bass, don't you think?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And so we'll be using swim baits, and we're going to check this first spot. We're going to see if they're shallow. If not, I think we're going to go out to that a little bit deeper, and we'll be slabbing and jigging for them.
We just got to find out where they're at. Because of the cold front, it might have pushed them a little deeper. And once we find them, then it's just like any other fishing. If you know they're at 22, then we know all the spots in the lake that are at 22 feet, and that's where we'll be for the white bass. And then we've got a lot of brush piles at Lake Ray Roberts that we fish for crappie. And we know that early on they're in the shallow brush piles, so we'll just kind of get on those, run our scan, find out where they are on the piles, and then we'll catch some crappie today too. So,
you know, me and you, we don't get out and get to fish that often because we're always guiding ourselves. So
right.
I want to steal some of your techniques.
You know what? And the thing about fishing, you learn something every time you go out. You learn something from somebody, and you always learn. So I am excited about fishing today, and let's go catch some fish.
Let's do it.
All right. I got a couple bumps to your left, yeah.
There's one.
There we go. Fish on, baby. Fish on, double fish, 2 at a time.
Look at that school chasing them.
Double.
See that school chasing them?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's awesome.
2 at one time, boys.
Look at that, right off the bat.
Come on.
That's how you do it.
That's what you want right there, man. That's what you want. That's what we come for.
So, white bass.
Yep.
That's probably right at 12 inches.
Yep.
You gotta be 10 inches to keep.
Yep.
But
perfect,
right off the bat.
Perfect fillets, man. White meat, cook it right, it's delicious.
And then bringing them in, you saw them chasing them.
Yes, I did.
There's a big school there, so this is good.
Awesome.
Let's put it back, let's get some more.
Yes, sir. I got 2 bumps over there. I'm going, fish on, fish on.
I saw it.
Nicer fish this time. Woo!
There we go.
Yes, sir.
There's another.
There we go. Nice.
Look at that double. Look at that. Same time. Again. You get a good size there.
Yes, sir. That is fun, y'all.
Right off the bat.
And they fight like crazy.
And we got 2 again.
Great meat. There you go.
This is a great day of fishing. I'm glad we got this.
This is a good day of fishing. Yeah.
Let's bring in 2 more again.
The shad are spawning, so they're up in this cove, and you're looking for birds, and then there
we go, another.
They're just pushing that bait up. Fish on again.
Every cast.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, so they're in here feeding. Perfect. It gets shallow right in here.
Yep.
But they're in here feeding on bait fish.
Yep.
And this little shallow point got some stick-ups. There's a little vegetation in here.
Yep. Shad are spawning, so they're having a good time.
Yeah, we're bringing them in. Look at that.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
at that.
Yes, sir.
That's 3 in a row, both
Yes,
at the
sir.
same
3
time.
casts, 3 fish.
3 casts, 3 fish.
There you go.
If you don't like fishing when it's like this, then you just don't like fishing.
You just don't like fishing.
No,
That's right.
that's it.
There you go, right on that.
There's another one. 4 casts, 4 fish. I beat you that time.
Yes, you. Hang on a second. I'm still got the pole.
All right, I'm waiting on you.
Come on. Ah!
Got off.
Oh, I can't handle it.
But nice fish. So this area right here we're in, this point, it's a long, shallow point that goes out. And then the shad come in here and spawn. And then the fish are in here just breeding. They're just hitting them where they're spawning. White bass everywhere, the water's boiling. And so we're just throwing this up, and every cast we're bringing the fish in. So I'm gonna throw a top water, and let's see what that looks like on the camera.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Yeah, you can see the mud underneath it, shallow right there. It's about right in front of us, right off these trees, is about 1 foot. And then we're at about 5 feet right here.
Right here, whopper plopper.
You got it?
Hammered it. Man, oh man, he liked that one. Woo!
There we go, fish
There
on.
you go. So just a little spinner. It's got the tail that spins, and they like them. They're called whopper ploppers. So great top water. Can't beat that kind of action.
I'm using just a different brand. I'm using the Berkeley Chopo, but same thing. I found some weight on it. And
As soon as it hit, didn't even have to pop it, just hammered it.
all right, let's see what this one does. There it is.
Yes, sir, man.
As soon as it
There
hit.
it is.
Let's see. They're chasing it. Yeah, this is a good school of fish here.
That's it.
The limit of these is 25 per person, so you know that there's that many millions of fish here that they breed that
Bam,
fast, that
bam.
well, that to have that big of a limit.
Yeah, just hit that booger as soon as it hit, jerked
Yep.
it a couple times. Woo.
So yep, I'm just using a little Berkeley Chopo bait. Threadfin shad is the color on it. And as soon as it hits the water,
There we go.
they're hungry. He's got one as well.
2 at a time. 2 at a time. Yes, sir. That's good fishing, y'all.
Yeah. You see that water out there? It's boiling.
Yep. Man, that's cool. Man, I mean, soon they're just hitting the. Look at that. I'm just popping it, y'all. And I mean, they're going crazy. Yeah. You tell me people don't like to fish. That's fun right there.
Sure is.
That is fun.
Another fish on, but they're everywhere. Yeah, so when we're with our customers out here, we get 4 customers. There's a good size one here.
Yep.
We'll get our customers, we'll get their limit of fish pretty quick.
Another one on. Yes, sir. Sometimes if you just take that hook and just start making a circle in it, they pop off a lot easier than trying to jerk it straight out. Just make a little circle when you're trying to pull that hook out.
Good sized white bass, typical here at Ray Roberts. And they're just everywhere. They're hungry.
Yes, they are. This is when it.
All right, so right now the water temp is 65 degrees. I have another fish right as soon as it landed. 65 degrees, the white bass, they just finished spawning, so we're post-spawn about 2 weeks. And the shad are getting ready to spawn. They normally spawn when it gets 70 degrees, and it's early May here, and the water temp is colder than what it should be. So we're about 65, 66. We've had a lot of cold fronts coming through, a lot of storms. But that's why they're all in here. They're getting ready, they're feeding up. The shad are getting ready to spawn here in these shallows, and so that's why all the white bass are here just feeding on them. I'm gonna go back to swim bait just because it's hard to get these out. Their mouth tear is pretty easy, so if you set the hook on this hard like you would a largemouth bass, it'll just rip that hook, that lure, right out of their mouth and you lose the fish. So really you're just letting the fish set itself. You can give it a little tug, but you're not doing it hard. Fish, got it. The water's boiling with them. They are hungry. You can hear them, see it. Good time bringing kids out. A lot of times kids will get bored when they're fishing like this and it's catching every cast. The kids get excited and they're not bored, so that's a good time for you bringing kids out, and they get hooked on this really quick.
I'm with Ben. When you take the kids out, we try to get them on fish quick so that they fall in love with it and find out that catching's a lot of fun.
All right, so this time of year, I think the favorite lure that a lot of us use is just a little 3-inch swim bait. Has a little paddle tail on it. If you want, you can get a little spinner blade to go on it as well, but you don't need it. Just anything this size. Now, when it starts to get in really top water, the other option is you can do, this is a Berkeley Chopo, or you can do a Whopper Plop or something. It's got a little spinning tail. It's making that splashing as it goes across the top of the water. It's just drawing them in. It's making that noise, that vibration, and they're just attacking it. The other option, when the water's colder, well, I do a little 1-ounce slab chartreuse and white with a little treble hook on it. And about a foot above it, we put a little fly on it. And then you can bring up 2 at a time when they're down deep, sitting on the bottom. You're just jigging it up and down. But I think the all-around bait for right now, this time of year in May, is gonna be that swim bait.
Swim bait bites early in the morning. Once the sun comes up, they may slide out. That's when we go to the slab.
Fish on. So this time of year, we like to fish these white bass like as soon as daylight comes out. So 7 o'clock, because a lot of times once about an hour after sunlight, that the fish will go down deeper. So sometimes they'll stay here for a while, but a lot of times they're gone within an hour and they're finding deeper water. So we like to be out here at first light just to get our limit of fish with our customers. And then from there, we can use our slab and we can go just use the different lure I showed you, and we'll just do them deeper water.
Got a double going here. Hot dog. Here we go. Another good fish. Another little double right there.
Time to head out for crappie.
Let's go catch some crappie.
Yep, that's fun.
That is fun. That is fun.
So we're fishing about 23 to 25 feet of water on this brush pile, and the brush comes up to about 15-foot level. And it's a longer brush pile, so we're gonna start at one end and then work our way down if nothing's biting. Or if the bite slows down, we're gonna work our way down. Kenny's already got his line in the water. You're trying to outfish me, aren't you? So we're gonna give this a couple minutes each spot, and then we'll just move, we'll bump it over with the trolling motor and keep adjusting to try to dial them in.
You caught me,
You sucker. You're trying
to... Hey, we're on the pile. I want to catch the first one.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You didn't even get mine out or bait it for me.
No, but no.
That's terrible.
I mean, come on, man.
They make street signs named after people like you. When we're fishing for crappie, we usually use minnows. I also bring jigs as well, just to see if they want one more than the other that day. Some days the bite's better on. So now you stole my spot. Look at you. Man, you're sneaky.
I am sneaky.
So we'll bring both and just see if they prefer one over the other that day. But the majority of the times on the brush pile, it seems they like the minnow instead. So, oh, I'm getting a bite right now. I am. There it is. See, Kenny, that's what you get. You were fishing dry before me. That's a better one.
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
That's a nice crappie. Nice job.
See how you did that? Nice little crappie. Woo! So how I rig my crappie poles is I'm using a 15-pound braid because a lot of times you get hung up in the brush. But I just have a little swivel with a clasp with the weight above it. And that way, if anything breaks, this little mono is gonna break, and then I can keep the weight and the rig and everything else here, so I can just clip another one on, because a lot of times when you're fishing the brush, you will get hung up. So here comes another one, ready? There we go.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
That's a better one.
Yeah, it's a keeper.
Yep, that one's a keeper. Letting him keep the minnow, he worked for it. You're moving up here, you're encroaching on my space.
I'm trying my best, man. There's a 3-foot circle here.
You see that on camera,
and
man?
I'm just outside of it, man.
You're coming in.
He's fixing to whack me here in a minute. In my boat, it's usually me.
Ready? There it is. Oh, this is great.
That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Yep. I'm going right in
Look
his
at him.
spot.
He's getting
right
closer. Get closer.
I'm right in it now.
All right.
So what's going on?
I'm gonna let this one swim right back to you, okay? You ready? There it goes. So Kenny and I are both guides here at Lake Ray Roberts. So I've been guiding a year. Kenny's been doing it 4 years now. So I learned a lot of things from him today.
That hurt, didn't it?
No, but I do learn a lot from him, and I have over this past year that I've been guiding with him.
Yeah.
This is kind of my post-retirement job. So I retired from the Coast Guard in 2017. I did 22 years, and over my time I enjoyed it. I was on 2 icebreakers. So I've done a 6-month deployment to Antarctica, 8 months to the Arctic. I've done search and rescue units, law enforcement units. I'm looking forward to every day that I get to come out here and just spend time fishing with clients.
I'm actually a pastor, men's pastor at a church, Midway Church, here local. I've been there since the church started, over 40 years. And I baptized Jim Wallen, who's the owner of this company, You Catch 'Em. And he's actually, we call him the Godfather, but he's taught us a lot about fishing. After I baptized Jim, I said, you know, if you need any help fishing, I'll help you. Well, he booked me that next Saturday. That was 4 years ago. And I went, big mistake, Jim. He said, no, you teach me about the Lord, I'll teach you about fishing. So I have fished the lake since the lake started in 1990. I knew the lake, but I didn't know what guiding was all about. So I followed him around, Jim Wallen, and he taught us all so much about it, and that you're continually learning. I love what I do. I love fishing for men, and then I love fishing for fish. So it's just been a blessing both ways.
So we're out here in the Lund 1975 Renegade fishing today. We've had an outstanding day doing multi-species fishing, white bass, crappie.
Yep.
And so this boat has handled it all, especially for what we do is guiding. You have plenty of storage for all the rods that we want to do for our multi-species all in one trip. Plenty of compartments for all of your gear. Choose your graphs, choose your trolling motor. Love the dual console, which is an option.
Yep.
Love this Lund guard, and then it has the marine mat on top of it.
Yep.
It's soft to stand on it all day.
A sport track, you can attach anything to it, whether it's a graph or rod holders.
Yep.
This is a no skid surface, so you're not gonna bust your tail. And you can even crawl around on your knees, and it's soft, and it's just really comfortable boat. Lots of room, wide, and great ride.
95-inch beam on it, so it's very stable side to side.
Yes.
And it comes with this Mercury 150 Pro XS. Now you can do a smaller engine, but this Pro XS is awesome hole shot, top end speed, and then it's durable. It's gonna last you.
Yep.
So I don't think you can ask for anything more in a boat.
Yep.
Plus you got that 28-gallon that you're putting on my fishing.
That's it. you got it, man.
That's it.
And a great bass boat.
Absolutely.
A great crappie boat, a great white bass. Just all around, it'll handle about anything you want to do fishing. Fish on, there we go. Nice little crappie. This is a fisherman's boat. I mean, they're thinking about every little angle, and there is no wasted space on it, man.
Like I said, it's a boat made by fishermen for fishermen.
That's right.
Like, look at this. Whoa.
I mean, 2 right in a row together.
Yep.
Say 30 years ago, they decided they wanted to make this a core lake, so then they started buying up land, and then in about 85, 86, 87, they brought bulldozers out here after they bought this land, and they mashed up all these trees. They made these huge core piles. There's about 65 of them, and they took big cables and they wrapped them over the cross of these things, and so there's a great place to come fish on the brush piles all over the lake. And there are maps that have the brush piles marked on the coordinates, so that's no secret.
Right.
So it's just a matter of finding the right ones. But when they come out, they're going to go to the shallower brush piles, and then as the summer goes on, gets hotter, they'll go to the deeper brush piles. And you're also going to get a lot of bass fishermen walking around, fishing around these brush piles, because them big bass like to hang out around these brush piles too. So.
Yep.
Oh, 2 of them right at one time,
crappie.
baby. Double.
Sorry, gotta stop
Double.
talking.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
A white and a black.
Yes, sir.
We'll hold those up together.
I think mine's bigger.
So
I think mine's
white crappie and a black crappie.
Yep.
You see the different color pattern on them.
There you go.
The
Yes,
black
sir.
crappie is more splotches
Yep.
spread out, and then the white crappie is more vertical stripes on it.
Yep. Hey, that's pretty cool. Catching
At
two,
the same time, yeah.
two at the same time. Ben, thanks for letting me catch one.
It's because I was talking.
Yes, sir.
Back at the spot where we started this morning, and I got a fish on, Kenny.
All right.
You lost yours, what
I
happened?
did lose mine.
This is the best fighter yet. Let's see how big he is. Oh, that's a nice one. Look at
That's
that.
a nice one. Wow.
Couple pounder.
That's what we would call a magnum. It's a little bit bigger than the
You can
rest
tell
of
by
them.
the way he fought that this one was a little bit more. We're back to where we started this morning, and the wind has switched from where we were this morning, and it's pushed the bait to the other side of this flat area here, off this point. And so the white bass went around to chase the bait, and then we're still catching them. It's after 3, so we've been out here since 7 o'clock this morning, and we're still tearing them
And
up.
I just hooked another one, man. I'll tell you what. I'm not sure if it wasn't the Lund boat or our fishing, but couldn't ask for a better day.
Yep, absolutely, we've been blessed.
Yes.
This has been a heck of a day catching fish. Outstanding. Great time, brother.
It has been good.
Do you want me to get this for you?
Yeah, when you
Let
get
me
that
help you
for
out.
me. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's smaller, but
All
fun
right.
time.
Yes, sir, man.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.
It's not hard to just look good.
No,
Yeah,
especially when you're us.
yeah.